You spend an hour editing, you cut the bits you don't need, you tidy it all up, you export, and then 3 days later you realize you needed one of those bits, but it's gone. Forever. No undo, no backup, just completely gone. If that's ever happened to you, then this video is going to explain exactly why and how to make sure it never happens again. I've been editing audio and video for the past 20 years, and if there's one concept that separates the people who edit like amateurs and the people who edit like pros, it's this one. It's not a plugin, it's not a piece of gear, it's understanding how your recording is actually built and how to edit it without wrecking it. So in this video, I'm going to explain multi-track recording properly, what exactly it is, why it matters, and then I'm going to show you how the pros actually edit now, because everything has changed, if you haven't noticed, in the last few years. And it's changed in the way that makes your life much, much easier. So let's dive in. Let's start with the bit that nobody actually explains. When you record your audio, you basically have two ways to do it. The first way is single track, where you just have one waveform on a single track. Everything that's you somewhere here, that's your guest and your screen audio, it all gets squashed into one single file, one waveform, one track, as you can see on the screen. This leads to what's called destructive editing. Now, destructive editing is exactly as it sounds. It's when you cut something out from the actual file, the original data, you highlight a section, for instance, this section may be here, and hit delete. That's now gone from the file, physically gone and unrecoverable when you make more edits. Of course, I can hit Command Z or Z for my American friends and bring the audio right back, but over a period of time, that becomes very destructive. This is how a lot of people edit in Audacity without actually realizing it, and other digital audio workstations, as they're known. You make the cuts, you export it, you close it, and then that material doesn't exist anymore. All the side cuts, all the takes, that interesting question you cut out, change your mind tomorrow, tough, it's baked in. There's nothing to go back to. And on the surface, that might feel simpler, just going through one audio file, selecting what you don't want and hitting the delete key, right? But there's a problem. The second your guest's audio is too quiet, or there's a hum on the microphone, or someone coughs over the top of you, you are stuck, because it's all baked into the same track. You can't fix one person without editing and affecting everyone. But multi-track flips that completely. Every source gets its own separate track. Take a look at this. There's one host up the top, and there's one host down here on track 2. Yes, you on one, your guest on another. Screen audio can even go on its own track. So now, if your guest recorded a little bit too hot, you just turn their track down. If your mic's got a hum buzzing in the background, hopefully it hasn't, can't see any buzzes here on this multi-track, it looks clean, but you just clean your track. So you edit out the silence on your track here, but don't touch the guest. Nothing you do on one track touches another track. This is called non-destructive editing, and it's how every single pro works. Your original recording never gets touched, ever. When you cut, when you trim, when you move something around, the editor isn't actually deleting the file, it's just making instructions. Look at this, I can just drag and bring this all back like that. Even if I cut out a few little words from, say, this section of the multi-track, maybe I want to cut out this little bit here, I can highlight it, hit delete. But if I change my mind later after making an edit here and maybe an edit here, I can say, actually, I want to bring this back. Well, it's non-destructive because I can just do that. And suddenly my audio is restored. So it very much is play this bit, skip this bit, bring this little bit back in here. The raw recording underneath is completely intact, which means you can undo anything. You can revisit anything. You can recut the whole thing from scratch 6 months later if you want to. That's the whole game. Separation gives you control, and control is the entire difference between something that sounds homemade and something that sounds produced. Now, multi-track editing the traditional way is genuinely powerful. You open up something like Adobe Audition's multi-track, which is right over here next to waveform, and you get all the tracks stacked up like this, and you have full control over each one. Proper, non-destructive editing, you can really delete or bring back anything you like, just with simple clicks and drags. Yes, the editing is right there in the multi-track, and this is the serious kind of tooling that's not going anywhere, And I've created many amazing multi-track presets for podcasters, by the way, even radio imaging producers, DJs, and more. So you can find the link to those down below if you want to do multi-track editing inside Audacity, Premiere Pro, and of course, Adobe Audition. But, and this is big for anyone who's just getting started, it's extremely slow and tedious. Dragging along the multitrack and making more edits. You're scrubbing back and forth on waveforms, trying to find the exact thing by looking at the audio and then dialing into that one thing, that one word you didn't want. You're zooming in to maybe nudge that clip around like this ever so slightly to get it in time. You're working visually by ear, one cut at a time. And for a pro who's done it for 15 years, maybe that's muscle memory. But for a beginner, it's the exact reason they quit in a week. So the question becomes, can you get all the safety and control of a proper multi-track without spending 3 hours hunting for edit points on a waveform? And the answer now is yes. That's where things have really changed. Quick pause here. If you've already hit the subscribe button, I want to do something. Mute everything else for a second, because somewhere in the mix of this channel, there's a track that's just me being grateful for you. It's usually buried right down underneath the B-roll and the sound effects and the banging on about waveforms, but right now, I am soloing it, turning everything else off. You hit a button. That's a real button with your actual finger. That told YouTube that, yeah, I want more of this guy, and that is the loudest track anywhere in this entire session. It's not even close. Thank you so much. Genuinely appreciate you being there. Right. Let's move on. Unmuting everything now. Now here's what actually changed. The new generation of tools didn't actually get rid of multitrack, they put a much friendlier layer on top of it. And the tool I use is Riverside. Now here you'll see after a recording, you get both the host and the guest here. But what's more, you get all the tracks you'd get in a normal multitrack. Yes, that's right. All participants, you get one host, the other host, even the transcript. It captures everyone locally at source, each person on their own separate track. So you get that proper multi-track recording from the start in full quality, even if someone's internet is a bit dodgy. That's the foundation. Real multi-track recorded clean. Well, hang on a second. You might be looking at this Riverside editor here now with the transcript and of course the two hosts. If I click somewhere else in the track, you'll see both of them appear on the screen. But you'll say, wait, Mike, where is the multi-track? Well, it's this simple icon over here, expand tracks. When I do that, now I have a full multi-track editor view. Look at this. It's beautiful. I can see the multi-track just as I could in my digital audio workstation, but it's displayed down below on 2 tracks. Now, here's the clever part. Instead of making you hunt around for a waveform, the transcription is everything that's said, and you can actually edit the video by hand using text. Want to remove a section? Well, we'll just go in and have a look and maybe highlight the words, this bit.
And
Yeah, I want to get rid of that, so I'll just highlight the words and that little squiggle there. In fact, both squiggles, because those are ums or filler bits. Hit the delete key, and it's done. Let's play now.
But I often could hear that.
That's amazing. I just removed some stumbling and unneeded words by selecting text in the transcript. Highlight the words, delete, gone from the video. Now, you want to move something? Well, you can cut and paste the sentence. So look at this. We say you know here, but just like editing a Word document, I can do Command or Control if I'm on a PC, and see, look at this. I've actually copied it. So now I could make him say you know twice by Control or Command V. And then look at that. But so I've literally just copied and pasted, cut and paste. It's that literal. And this is the bit people miss. You're not actually editing destructively when you do that. Underneath those words is still a full multi-track, as you can see on my screen here. Still non-destructive. Your original recordings are completely safe and downloadable after the event. You're just driving it through text instead of a waveform. Same pro foundation, but about 1/10 of the friction. Now, text-based editing is brilliant for the heavy lifting, but editing like a pro means knowing when to drop down to the tracks themselves. And the good news is they're right there when you need them. So let me show you the multi-track editor properly. Every source is laid out, as you can see here, on its own lane. It's really, really cool, both labeled with speakers. So if I want to edit a clip by hand, I can just select the bit I want, look like that, and hit delete, and boom, it's now edited out by waveform editing. Nothing is hidden from me. I get the simple text workflow for 90% of my editing and the proper timeline for anything that's precise. And because it's multi-track, the cleanup tools work per track too. Look at this. If my guest's audio needs a little bit of help, let's play this audio here.
People are waiting, for.
So, okay, maybe that audio is not the best. Well, don't worry, because we've got AI tools over here, which I can click into and I can apply magic audio. Now I can apply it per guest. So we'll apply it just to our male speaker here and you'll see that's done in a jiffy. Let's play it back.
People are waiting.
That is incredible. Now he's got almost studio quality sound. One click and it sounds like they literally made that podcast in a studio. My track stays exactly as it is, so the other guest speaking doesn't have to be touched, and that is the power of multi-track. We talked about this at the start, except now you don't need 15 years of muscle memory to use it. That is editing like a pro. Real multi-track underneath, non-destructive the whole way through, but a workflow a complete beginner can actually move through without actually giving up. So that's it. Multi-track recording is just keeping every source on its own track so you stay in control. Non-destructive editing means your original never gets touched, and the modern way of doing both? Well, you get all that pro-level safety, but you drive it through text instead of fighting a timeline. Get those two ideas straight, and you've already got editing much better than most people who've been at this for many years. Thank you so much for watching. YouTube's gone and lined up your next video already, and from my experience, it usually knows what it's doing. So don't close this tab, stay in the momentum, go and watch it, whatever it's put in front of you, and I'll see you over there. Thanks.